For decades, one truck has defined what strength, capability, and reliability are supposed to look like in America. The Ford F-150 didn't just follow trends, it set them. Job sites, highways, farms, and family driveways across the country all tell the same story. When people needed a truck they could trust, they bought an F-150. But here's the truth most people don't like to admit. The truck world is changing faster than ever. Today's buyers still want power, but they also want comfort. They still tow and haul, but they also commute. They care about fuel costs, technology, and long-term durability. And that has forced every truck maker into a difficult question. How do you build a truck that's powerful, efficient, and future-ready, without losing what made it great in the first place? For 2026, Ford believes it has the answer, and it's sitting under the hood. This isn't just a refresh. This isn't a minor tune or software update. Ford's new V6 engine for the 2026 F-150 represents a major shift in how a full-size truck delivers power. At a time when competitors are throwing everything they can at the market, luxury interiors, hybrid systems, oversized screens, and electric promises, Ford chose a different strategy. Instead of chasing headlines, they focused on the heart of the truck. The engine. Because no matter how advanced a truck becomes, if the powertrain doesn't deliver in the real world, none of the rest matters. The new 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 isn't about flashy numbers alone. It's about balance. Raw strength paired with intelligence, muscle combined with efficiency, and performance that adapts to how real people actually use their trucks. This engine was designed for the contractor who tows all week, for the family that road trips on weekends, for the owner who expects their truck to start every morning and work hard for years. And that's why this matters. The 2026 F-150 isn't trying to be the loudest or the wildest truck on the road. It's aiming to be the smartest. The kind of smart that saves fuel without sacrificing strength. The kind that responds instantly when you need power, and relaxes when you don't. Ford didn't just ask how to make more horsepower. They asked how to make power useful. And that mindset is exactly why this new V6 is already being called a game changer. Because in a market full of noise, Ford quietly focused on what actually moves trucks forward. And in the next part, we're going to break down exactly what makes this new V6 different, and why it might be the most important F-150 engine Ford has built in years. When most people hear the words new engine, they immediately think about horsepower numbers. Bigger, faster, stronger. And yes, the new V6 in the 2026 F-150 delivers serious power. But that's not the real story. The real story is how that power is delivered. Ford's updated 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 produces more strength than the previous generation, but it does it in a way that feels smoother, more controlled, and more predictable. Instead of dumping power all at once, the engine delivers it exactly where and when you need it. Pulling away from a stoplight, torque comes in early and clean. Merging onto the highway, acceleration feels effortless. Towing a heavy trailer, the engine stays calm and composed instead of stressed. That's because this V6 isn't just powerful, it's intelligent. Ford completely reworked how this engine thinks and reacts. A network of sensors constantly monitors throttle input, load, temperature, and driving conditions. In real time, the engine adjusts fuel delivery, turbo boost, and timing to match what you're asking the truck to do. Push it hard and it responds instantly. Cruise lightly and it settles down. This is where the EcoBoost name truly earns its reputation. One of the biggest improvements comes from how quickly the turbos respond. Lag has been reduced significantly, meaning power arrives sooner and more smoothly. That makes the truck feel lighter on its feet, especially around town, even though it's capable of serious work. And when it comes time to tow, this engine doesn't hesitate. Climbing grades, pulling long stretches, or hauling heavy loads, the V6 holds its torque without constant downshifting or noise. It feels confident, not strained. That's a huge difference compared to older turbo setups that always felt like they were working too hard. But here's where Ford really separated itself from the competition. Fuel efficiency. Truck owners love power, but nobody enjoys watching the fuel gauge drop faster than expected. Ford knew that, and they engineered this engine to squeeze more work out of every drop of fuel. Improvements in combustion efficiency, reduced internal friction, and smarter thermal management all work together to improve real-world mileage. Not theoretical lab numbers. Actual savings drivers can feel over time. Early results suggest noticeable gains compared to the outgoing engine. especially during highway cruising and mixed driving. That matters when fuel prices are unpredictable and trucks are being used more as daily drivers than ever before. Another major upgrade comes from how the engine communicates with the transmission. The 10-speed automatic has been recalibrated specifically for this new V6. Shifts are smoother, better timed, and less noticeable. Instead of hunting for gears, the transmission works in harmony with the engine's torque curve. The result is a truck that feels composed in traffic, relaxed on long drives, and confident under load. And that confidence carries into how customizable the driving experience has become. Ford understands that not all truck owners use their vehicles the same way. Some prioritize towing, others care about efficiency, some want off-road control. That's why the new V6 integrates seamlessly with multiple drive modes that genuinely change how the truck behaves. Throttle response, shift timing, and power delivery all adapt to the selected mode. This isn't a gimmick. It's functional tuning designed to match real use cases. Whether you're heading to a job site, towing a camper, or just running errands, the truck adjusts itself to fit the task. And perhaps the most impressive part of all this technology is that it doesn't feel complicated. From behind the wheel, everything just works. There's no learning curve, no constant adjustments. The truck feels natural, predictable, and easy to live with. Exactly what longtime F-150 owners expect. In the next part, we'll talk about what this new V6 means for long-term ownership, reliability, and why it may redefine what built Ford tough really means in the modern era. Power and technology are important, but for truck owners, there's one question that matters more than anything else. Can I trust it? Ford knows the F-150's reputation wasn't built on flashy features. It was built on reliability, on trucks that show up every morning, work hard all day, and keep going year after year. That's why the new V6 for the 2026 F-150 wasn't just designed to perform well today, but to hold up over time. This engine was engineered with durability as a priority, not an afterthought. Stronger internal components, improved cooling, and smarter load management all reduce long-term stress. Instead of running at the edge of its limits, the engine operates comfortably within them. That's how longevity is built. And for owners who keep their trucks past the warranty period, that matters. Maintenance was also part of the plan. Ford focused on accessibility and serviceability, making routine upkeep simpler and faster. That means less downtime, lower ownership costs, and fewer surprises down the road. It's the kind of thinking that appeals to people who use their trucks as tools, not toys. What's especially impressive is how refined the driving experience has become without sacrificing toughness. The 2026 F-150 with this new V6 is quieter at idle, smoother in traffic, more relaxed on long highway drives. Noise, vibration, and harshness have all been reduced, making the truck feel more comfortable than ever. Yet when it's time to work, the strength is still there. Acceleration is confident. Throttle response is precise. And even under heavy loads, the truck feels composed and controlled. That balance is what makes this engine different. Ford didn't try to replace toughness with technology. They used technology to reinforce toughness. Built Ford Tough no longer just means thick steel and heavy frames. It now means smart systems that protect the engine, improve efficiency, and extend lifespan. This new V6 also plays a key role in Ford's bigger strategy. The 2026 F-150 lineup offers more choice than ever before. Hybrid options for efficiency, electric for those ready to go all in, diesels for heavy-duty needs. And now, a V6 that bridges the gap between traditional muscle and modern intelligence. For many buyers, this engine will be the sweet spot. It delivers the strength truck owners expect, the efficiency modern drivers want, and the reliability that built the F-150's legacy. It's not about chasing trends. It's about evolving without losing identity. And that's why this engine truly changes the game. The 2026 Ford F-150 isn't just a pickup anymore. It's a platform built to adapt, to last, and to serve a wide range of real-world needs. Whether it's hauling equipment, towing a trailer, commuting daily, or heading off the grid, this truck is ready. Ford listened to its customers. They refined what worked, and they delivered an engine that feels both familiar and forward-thinking. So the question now is simple. Is this the future of the full-size truck? Has Ford finally built the perfect balance between power, efficiency, and durability? Or do you still believe nothing can replace a traditional V8? Let us know what you think. And if you want more honest, in-depth breakdowns of truck engineering, engines, and real-world performance, make sure you're subscribed. There's a lot more coming, and you won't want to miss what's next.